Yes?
Okay, what do we do?
Oh my God! Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice.
90 Day Fiance, one of my guilty pleasures. In fact, when I really sit down and think about it, 90 Day Fiance is like the only show that I faithfully watch these days. Like, tune in and watch every week. Don't get me wrong, I watch the occasional show on streaming like Stranger Things Season 4, which was absolutely amazing. And for some reason, even though I think most of them are complete garbage, I still tune into all of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus. In fact, if you want to watch me rant about how much I dislike Marvel movies and Star Wars shows these days, go subscribe to my other channel, Cinema Shogun Reviews. But yeah, as far as shows go, 90 Day Fiance is like the only thing I watch. That, and I watch a ton of YouTube. I love YouTube. It's weird that in today's day and age, people at home are creating more entertaining content than most of the streaming services and big movie companies. So I pretty much watch YouTube 24/7. I don't tune into any big cable news networks. I'm subscribed to almost every streaming service, but I don't even watch them. I watch YouTube videos all day. But every Sunday, I tune in for 90 Day Fiance. Now, 90 Day Fiance, for those of you who might not know, it's a show about couples. You know, someone in America finds love overseas, and it shows you their story, and it shows you the process of them trying to get their loved one or their significant other to America. Sometimes they're here on a certain visa and they can only be here for 90 days unless you get married. So that's why it's called 90 Day Fiance. Now, there's always a lot of drama, a lot of unstable couples, toxic relationships, and it really makes for a very entertaining show. However, I will say this. I think there's like a 90 Day Fiance curse, if you will. Almost like the Madden curse, if you've ever heard of that. But it's like people who are on this show or appear on this show, a lot of them get wrapped up in some pretty weird things. And now, someone who was on 90 Day Fiance has been charged with murdering their own boss. And they actually made the top 15 most wanted list in America. So this is pretty serious, y'all. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the story and figure out what happened. 90 Day Fiance star accused of murder added to U.S. Marshals most wanted list. He is wanted for allegedly killing his former employer, who was also on the show. So this dude actually killed someone who was also on 90 Day Fiance. Like I told you, it's the 90 Day Fiance curse. I'm going to go ahead and start deeming it that now. It all started here. The 90 Day Fiance curse, that name, it all started here because I'm telling you all, it's always something with these cast members. But yeah, someone who was on the show killed someone else who was on the show. Michael Anthony Baltimore, a man who appeared on the 4th season of 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, has just been added to the top 15 most wanted list by the U.S. Marshal Service. Baltimore, 39, is accused of fatally shooting Kendall Jerome Cook and injuring another man in May 2021 at a GQ barbershop in, Carlisle, Pennsylvania. He's wanted for assault, homicide, and parole violation charges. The suspect is also a barber and worked for Cook until 2019. Both men appeared on several episodes of the TLC reality series 90 Day Fiance in which they let star Ashley Marston know that her husband had an affair in their barbershop bathroom. And yes, I remember that. When I saw this dude's face and they were like 90 Day Fiance star wanted for murder, I was like, who is this guy? Because I'm almost somewhat of a super fan of 90 Day Fiance at this point, and I'm not too proud to admit it, but you know what? It is what it is. I love 90 Day Fiance. So I was looking at this dude like, who is this dude? And I was like, oh yeah. Back in the day, there was this woman, I believe her name was Ashley, and she was dating some younger dude from Jamaica named Jay. Now, she brought Jay over here. She was hoping to marry him, and whatnot. And dude was just sleeping around with all type of women within the first couple of months of being in America. In fact, if my memory serves me correctly, like within the first few weeks, this dude was already sleeping around with other women. And she hooked him up and tried to introduce him to some barbers. And he started, helping around the shop and hanging out with them. And then he actually had sex with some woman in the barbershop bathroom. And these two dudes told Ashley about it. Now, these two dudes that appeared on the show, they seemed really cool. They seemed down to earth. They did not, of course, I wouldn't have imagined anything like this happened. But those two dudes at the barbershop, one of them is the man wanted for murder, and the other one is the one who got killed. So that is absolutely insane, mind-blowing, yo. When I go back to those scenes and I think about it, it's like these two guys had chemistry. They seemed like they were cool, and now one of them is dead and one of them is probably going to be behind bars for the rest of his life if they ever catch him. Per a press release, the agency is now offering up to $25,000 for information leading to Baltimore's capture, while the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives has offered a reward for up to $10,000. And a Cumberland County Crime Stoppers has thrown in an additional $2,000. According to the Marshal Service, Baltimore has an extensive criminal history and is known to be violent and should be considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached, added U.S. Marshal Service Director Ronald Davis. Michael Baltimore poses a serious threat to the community. By placing him on the 15 most wanted list, we have made his capture a top priority of the U.S. Marshal Service. Like, what in the world, y'all? Some random dude who was on 90 Day Fiance is now one of the most wanted criminals in our country. And he's wanted for killing someone else on 90 Day Fiance. I don't know, man. This is insane. Oh, man. I can't believe it. I'm almost at a loss for words here. Because I could remember these scenes vividly. And him and the other barber, they played off of each other well. And they seemed like really cool stand-up dudes. I mean, they even had the respect to tell the woman, like, hey, your boyfriend was here having sex in our shop. You know what I mean? Like, they seemed like they had a good head on their shoulders and everything. And I know this doesn't reflect necessarily on the guy who was killed, but as far as Michael Baltimore goes, as far as I can remember, this was, a couple of years back when I saw this. But as far as I can remember, he seemed like a pretty good dude. And, whoa, crazy situation. A very crazy situation. But in many ways, it doesn't surprise me. Because I'm just so used to now seeing some 90 Day Fiance star in the headlines for something. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Paul. And Paul and his kids were on a missing persons list. And then, of course, that was some type of big confusion. Now Paul's kids are up for adoption. There's a lot of stuff going on with Paul. And then we have the 90 Day Fiance star who was selling farts in a jar and almost died from farting too much. And now this. It's an extremely crazy situation. But if you see this guy, don't go up for pictures. Don't go, oh, hey, yeah, you're that guy from 90 Day Fiance. No, he is armed and dangerous. And he's considered one of the most dangerous criminals in our country at the time because they put him in the top 15 most wanted list. Think about that. Think about that. What type of crazy stuff has this guy done? I don't know his history, but for them to put him up that high, I don't know. Maybe this guy is some type of mob boss that we didn't even know about. He sure as hell did not seem like it to me. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.